Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio, and in this video I'm going to cover the Gideon Optic. This is the Gideon Alpha Optic that I was testing out, and I do want to apologize for not being around. Basically my mother-in-law has been in the hospital for some stuff, and there's just no way to really do it and stuff like that. So with that out of the way, I want to cover, this is my 5-inch Smith Wesson Pro Series 4 M 2.0 in 40 cal. The Gideon Optic is really nice. It's clear, at least for my eyes. I have stigmatism. I want to say it's just as clear, if not maybe a hair clear, you know, it's all subjective to your eye, as say a hollow sun. I do like the large circle dot, and it has markings at 12, 3, 6, and 9 in the circle. And it's really a nice thing. I don't know how well this is going to come up. So, yeah, it's probably not. Let me see if I can zoom in. Maybe you might be able to see it. I can't swear to it. Well, that might work. Yeah, it's showing it up like really blurry. Let me zoom out. There we go. It's getting there. There we go. Okay, and you can see that it's a fairly large reticle. I mean, it's also too because it's not like pointed out at you, or you know, pointed out in the direction to fire. But it is fairly clear when you're looking at it through the actual optic itself. And I'm switching back. Just give me a second. I shot it today because we had firearms training today, and I was doing really good. I was actually putting when he had us do some bill drills, but basically I wasn't doing too bad. I was putting them pretty much in target. I'm not saying I didn't screw up. And then he had us shoot from behind cover, and that's where I was kind of like, my grip wasn't right and everything, but the performance of the optic was actually really good. I do like it. And it's basically, it's not an expensive optic, because I think it's, let me see. I don't know if they still have them on sale. In case if anybody isn't, you know, likes guns. I mean, you know, you don't have to like guns. I'm totally respectful of that. Gotta put in my birth date.
Me, Jobber Copilot, your AI business coach, data analyst.
Excuse me, I paused that. Stop. So, anyways, red dot sight, open emitter, because that's what this is. It's open emitter. It's not closed. Closed is where you have a piece of glass behind where closest to you, and you have it on the front. And then this way, water, dust, dirt doesn't get out. But these are open emitter. This is an open emitter optic. So it's still on sale. It's $199.99. Let me switch over to... Okay, and as you can see, here it is right here. Now, it comes with a nice Picatinny rail mount, so that if you had a rifle that had a Picatinny, if you wanted to put it on, you could definitely put it on there. Its normal price is $269.99. I know some of the hollow suns, which don't even have a Picatinny mount that comes with it. Okay, you know, they cost a little bit more than that. And so, I mean, it's not a bad optic. I really like it. I think it comes in red. Yeah, it comes in red circle dot, green circle dot. I chose the green circle dot because I did have a red circle dot from HoloSun, the 507 comp, and it was too, not that I couldn't make out the shapes of it, but it was just, it didn't work for my eyes. But this is actually a really nice optic. You will have to buy a, depending upon gun, some guns will come with the plates. Like, I know the optics ready ones of Smith Wesson, they come with the plates. The problem is that the one for the RMR, which is what this one takes and certain other HoloSuns that I have, the RMR plate, for some dumb reason, it's plastic. And I know people will probably put in the comments, you know, if anybody does comment on this video, that, oh yeah, you probably didn't torque it down. No, I torqued it down to their proper specifications. Apparently, the plastic plate that I originally put, because on my Performance Center 4¼ inch that's ported, it had the, I put the plastic plate on this, and on that particular gun, not this one, but it must have flexed, and it eventually, there's two little plastic studs here in the front of it. That's where the optic sits down on there, and then you have two screws here in the back to mount it. And what happened was that these sheared off. It sheared off one of the pins, or one of the screws. The other one was loose. But like I said, I torqued it down. I think I only used just the blue Loctite that was already on the screws. I didn't add any to it. Plus, I also used the factory screws that came with it, and I don't think that it went down far enough into the slide of the gun to actually grip and let that blue Loctite even activate. I think it was mostly hidden up in the thing because the screws were so short, the factory screws. And because of the plates, even the plastic ones, didn't let the screws down. Now, I recommend, because I've been using them for a little while, the C&H Precision plates on the Smith & Wesson. They come with longer screws to use through the optic, through the plate, and down into the slide. You can check out my video on Rumble of me actually installing this on it. And I installed this on my wife's gun. I installed another one that I think it was the Judge on one of her other pistols. And we still have the Judge too. And I think I'm going to put it on my rifle and try it out just to see what it's like. Hopefully I'll be able to do it in say an outdoor range setting. So that way you can actually see me use it. Because when I'm in class, I don't like to try to video anything because I don't want to get all involved in any kind of legal things if stuff goes wrong, which nothing goes wrong, but you never know what may happen. And, you know, they've already got security cameras in there to keep an eye on things. So I really don't need to video any of that stuff. But needless to say, I like the Gideon Optic. I think I'll probably be buying more of theirs. I'm not saying I still won't buy HoloSuns. But Gideon Optics are really affordable. And I'm, like I said, I'm, you know, the only thing I would ask Gideon to do, maybe if they do a second version of this, is to try to make this back part here, this part back here, a little thinner. Because even with suppressor height sights that are on this gun, because they came with it, because is you can see how tall this is, and I don't have one of my other guns to show, because the other ones would be right about where my fingernail is, which is like lower than that. These are suppressor height. You cannot co-witness through this with this particular optic because of the fact that the back thick part of this here is pretty much almost the same height as the suppressor heights. It might be a hair lower, but not enough for you to really, when you're pressing out, like I could just barely see the top of the front sight. It just barely comes over that, and it's kind of hard to co-witness. So if for some reason the battery would die on this, or the glass would get broken and I can no longer see the dot, I cannot co-witness with this just because of the fact that this is so thick. And I'm going to tag him in this video too. But yeah, like I said, if you like guns and you're looking for an optic, definitely check them out. Like I said, it's a decent optic. I like it. This is an Apex trigger on it. I need to put a mag well on it. This is so that for my holster that I use in class can like latch onto it. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them down below. And as I always like to say, have a good day, guys. Take care and see you next time, and have a good weekend.